Welcome back to the channel again, guys. Last Sunday I went for my walk and was chatting for the vlog. One of the bits I edited out was this. One thing I am looking forward to doing is going for my run around school, doing the 13k loop and seeing if I can get a time under 4 minutes per k for that, which I haven't done before. So if I manage that on Tuesday, that will be a new little milestone for me. Clearly I had a lot more hair and facial hair then, but that aside, the goal was to run this 13k's in under 4 minutes per k, and this is what I did this morning. I'm very pleased to report I did that 13k's in 3 minutes 56 per k, which is definitely more than I expected, or better than I expected. I thought if I hit that 4 minutes a k mark, it would pretty much be bang on 4 minutes, maybe 4:01, 3:59. So 3:56 is just very encouraging and gives me hope that I can do the 21k's in, it'll be a week from the day you're seeing this, but it's 12 days from now. Gives me hope that I can do that in under 4 minutes a k too. It's going to be tough. An extra 8k's is no laughing matter. It's going to hurt, but I'm determined to get there. Oh, and in case I didn't make it completely clear last time I spoke about them, the Saucony Endorphin Speed, these shoes are incredible. Hi there and welcome back to the Wannabe Runner. This week was going to all be about the lead up to the half marathon next Sunday, but unfortunately our state's back in a lockdown. We're due to come out of it on Tuesday, but who really knows with these things. So the chances of me running in that event next Sunday, 1 week from now, I think are pretty slim. I reckon about 10% chance or less. Regardless, I will be running next Sunday, not in the event if it's not on, and not in the city if the event's not on, but I will find a 21k fairly flat route near where I live, and I will see if I can achieve my goal of running a 1 hour 24 minute 24 second half marathon. I know I'm not alone in having events cancelled, even specifically in the area of running. I know it's been happening all over the world for 18 months, but at the same time it's still a little bit disappointing. Anyway, this week I will still focus on showing you my goal times for different stages of the race, and hopefully in 1 week's time, when you get to watch next week's vlog, I will have some good news about achieving those goals or surpassing them, hopefully, but you never know. I am setting my sights quite high, a lot higher than I was even a few weeks ago now. So in the lead up to this half marathon, as planned this week, I spent a bit more time on running at higher intensities, and consequently I didn't do as many kilometers, so the volume dropped but the intensity raised. Got out for a little bit of walking. I'll probably do a fair bit more next week, especially if we've got a bit more time in lockdown. But some of the highlights from the week, certainly Tuesday morning's run, Thursday morning's threshold run, where I run about 12, well not about, exactly 12 minutes from school as far as I can, and then try and get back in under 12.5 minutes. I got out further than I ever had before, and my overall pace for that 6 and a bit kilometers was faster than I've ever done that before. So another little personal record to tick off the list there. Unfortunately my car broke down on Thursday night, so yesterday I was planning on going to the athletics track Saturday morning, so I had to jog there, just over 5k's to get there. Then I did 5 1-kilometer repeats with about probably about 2.5 minute rest in between each, and that was good. I like being able to go as hard as I can for that first k, and then just trying to get as close to that time as I can for the subsequent 4-kilometer repeats, and I think I did pretty well with that. My first k was clearly the fastest one of the 5, but I didn't drop too far off that mark in the subsequent efforts. So happy with that. And then this morning went out for a little jog, 11 Ks. That was a nice light jog. So it's much of the same again next week. Probably go to the track a little bit more frequently rather than doing those longer tempo style runs. I'll be trying to do a bit of sprint work on the track, which, as I've said before, is not really my favorite thing to do, but it is important to get the pace in the legs so that I'm able to achieve higher paces in the half marathon next Sunday without working so hard aerobically. I'm pleased to report on my two beautiful daughters and their efforts at the division finals for Gabby in the under 12 3-kilometre event and Clara in the under 10 2-kilometre event. I'm just so proud of both of them. They both ran really strong races. There was 184 kids in each race. This was the day before we ended up going into lockdown. So I'm glad we squeezed the event in. But 184 kids in each race, so it was a very crowded and narrow course, which required you to go out a lot quicker than you normally would. Otherwise you get stuck behind a lot of people. Gabby came 29th out of those 184, which was a brilliant effort. So proud of her. And Clara, well, she was in about a similar position probably for the first quarter of the race, and then she just managed to pass a lot of people over the next bit. So she ended up finishing 4th, which was fantastic, especially considering she's a year underage. She's a grade 3 racing against all the grade 4s, mostly grade 4s. So she'll get to run in that same age group next year. So girls, well done. I know I've said it to you in person, but publicly here, congratulations. I am very proud of all your hard work, and it's great to see you run so well in your division finals. Well done. All right, looking at my half marathon, wherever it is this coming Sunday, 1 week from today. My overall goal is to hit that 1 hour, 24 minutes, 24 seconds. That's going to be a real challenge, especially if I'm running it on my own, because you definitely find a lift when you're racing against others. But I think I can do it, so I'm setting that as my overall goal. If I manage that, that'll be 4 minutes per kilometre. If I can go better than that, that will just be a great feeling. Now, the split times I'm about to give you are not what would be recommended by a running coach. Basically, I find it really hard once I set a pace in a race or any of my runs. I find it really hard to lift the pace. So while a running coach would tell you to just hold back a little bit, not kill yourself in the first half of the race, so you got plenty to spare in the second half, it's something I struggle with. I don't know if it's just me or I just haven't practiced it enough, but once I set a speed, I only drop from that. I can't raise that speed. So the splits I'm going to go over are going to be faster at the front half of the race and slower at the back half. So a positive split, they call that. If I'm looking at for the first 5 kilometers, I want to run in under 19 minutes 15 seconds. First 10 kilometers, I want to be completing that in under 39 minutes. I want to hit the 15 Ks at under 59 minutes. So that will mean running from 10 to 15 Ks, I'm just right on that 4 minutes per K, having gone a little bit quicker than that at the start. And that leaves me not much, but a few seconds to drop off in the last 6 Ks of the race. So they're my split times. I'll be writing them on my hand, and because I find it hard to remember the numbers when I'm really working hard in the runs. Now, of course, I'm open to running a lot faster than those split goal times. I won't be really holding back heaps just to hit them. I'm open to smashing them. I have found when I was running sort of my peak 5 kilometre race in Pakenham and my 10K at Mornington, I had like the ultimate goals in my mind, but I was breaking them by quite a few seconds, even a minute or two in some cases. So I'm open to that. I'll go as quick as I feel I can maintain. I won't scale it back too much, And who knows, maybe I'll be able to run it in under an hour 24, but I think that's unlikely. It's a lot more likely if the event goes ahead in the city and I'm surrounded by hundreds and hundreds of runners, but that event going ahead, as I said, at this stage is pretty unlikely, which is disappointing, but well, I'll make the best of what I can. A few weeks back, my tip of the week was to pivot. Now, it's a similar sentiment for this week, and certainly, as always, it applies to me as much as it applies to anybody else. Speaking to myself here, things aren't really going according to plan in terms of the running and in terms of the event that I have been preparing for pretty solidly for the last 10 weeks. But I'm going to just make the best of the situation. I can't obviously control what's going on statewide, but I'm still going to give myself the best chance to hit my goals that I can. So though running an event would help me, give me more of a chance to hit those goals, I'm going to still prepare just as well as I would have if I was competing with a few thousand people next Sunday. I'll make sure I'm on top of my nutrition, my sleep, my rest and recovery, the training, clothing choice, all that sort of stuff. I will make sure that I prepare as well as I can, even though I'll probably be running it on my own. So my tip for this week is, if there's something you're missing out on this week, just do your best to replicate it as best you can in these very, very challenging circumstances. And that might be to do with running, it might not. Give yourself a chance to still hit your goals, to set your PBs, whatever it is that you've been working towards. Thank you everybody for watching the Wannabe Runner, and you better believe I'll see you next week. See you later.